Catholic Church's Pope Francis says humanity must repent for abusing Mother Earth. Pope Francis has demanded that humans, quote, repent and modify their lifestyles, unquote, because of our abuse of Mother Earth. In a message for the celebration of World Day of Prayer for the Care of Creation on Thursday, the Pope condemned the mistreatment of our common home stemming from our consumerist excesses, tyrannical anthropocentrism, predatory economic interests, and short-sighted and selfish actions, saying that they lead to the collapse of our planet's ecosystems. He declared, in the first place, it is our sister, Mother Earth, who cries out, prey to our consumerist excesses. She weeps and implores us to put an end to our abuses and to her destruction. Breitbart reports, because of human irresponsibility, countless species are dying out and their hymns of praise silenced, the Pope laments, while the ancestral lands of indigenous people are being invaded and devastated on all sides, provoking a cry that rises up to heaven. And because of the climate crisis, quote unquote, the poor disproportionately suffer the impact of the drought, flooding, hurricanes, and heat waves that are becoming even more intense and frequent, the Pope asserts. He says, listening to these anguished cries, we must repent and modify our lifestyles and destructive systems. Francis proposes, since the present day of decay of our common home merits the same attention as other global challenges such as grave health crises and wars, the ecological conversion needed to bring about lasting change cannot simply take place at the individual level, the Pope insists, but must be also a community conversion, embracing multilateral solutions, especially in the meetings of the United Nations devoted to the environmental question. In his message, Francis also plugs the COP27 conference on climate change to be held in Egypt in November at Sharm el-Sheikh, represents the next opportunity for all to join in promoting the effective implementation of the Paris Agreement, he said. The Holy See subscribes to the Paris goal of limiting temperatures increases to 1.5 degrees centigrade, Francis states, and calls for responsible cooperation between all nations in presenting climate plans or more ambitious nationally determined contributions in order to reduce to zero as quickly as possible net greenhouse gas emissions. Now, a few days ago, I posted a beautiful video of a car that runs on electromagnetic frequency. It's an electric car that doesn't even ever need charging. And it was done by an African engineer, an engineer from Africa, I forget which country. But why don't we do that? And that would be, of course, net zero. Cars and also, of course, the houses and buildings would also be able to use electromagnetic frequencies of the earth to get their energy from the earth. This is true Tesla technology. So what's going to happen with all those people that have already found and discovered and invented ways of having zero emissions? Now, he goes on to say, Pope Francis goes on to say, this means converting models of consumption and production, as well as lifestyles, in a way more respectful of creation and integral human development of all people, present and future. He says the transition brought about by this conversion cannot neglect the demands of justice, especially for those workers who are most affected by the impact of climate change. And along with the UN Climate Conference, Francis underscores the importance of a UN summit on biodiversity to be held in Canada in December as a way to address the double crisis of climate change and the reduction of biodiversity. This is by Neam Harris on News Punch. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.